recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Amadeus.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Amadeus.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Amadeus.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Amadeus.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't here for my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. you touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of famous fun.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original QueenAShakur Shakur show. I'm your host, QueenAShakur Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so I'm going to play a report of the update on what's going on with Drake. With the situation that happened this morning at his Toronto mansion. Now, we found out that his security guard was the person that was injured and shot, and he was taken to the hospital in serious condition. So let me pull that up really quick. But what I didn't know, and I found this out from Lovely T, shout out to Lovely T with the receipts, there was a shooting at the Weeknd's residence about a week or so ago, and his security guard was also injured. So we got to talk about this because this is all real crazy. And let's not forget that Drake also had beef with the Weeknd, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to play this news report first.
Confirming a shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip-hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man sustained serious injuries after a shooting outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them. Joining me now is Mark Mendelson. He is a former homicide detective, and he joins us now to discuss the developments in this case. As Mark, we're waiting for more word from police. Details are very scant right now. But what do you make of this shooting? This, for our viewers across the country, is known as the Bridle Path, this neighborhood. It's got a lot of mansions, but it's pretty open. It's not as though it's a gated area.
Yeah, and good morning, Marcia. You're right. It's not a gated area, but there are very, very large homes in that neighborhood. And what goes along with large homes like that is a lot of security cameras and other security precautions that are taking place. And if you ever had the opportunity to drive past Drake's residence, you'll notice that there are gates and there are walls and there is sort of strategically placed trees, et cetera, to provide security. And there are also uniformed security guards at the residence. And it's my understanding from a source within Toronto Police that, in fact, it is a security guard who is the victim of the shooting, who was working at the time. It was described to me as a drive-by shooting. And as you mentioned, the police have put out a suspect vehicle. So that's all we really know at this point. As you fairly stated, we don't know if Drake is at home, if he's in the country, or wherever. And now what the police are going to be doing is looking at the motivation behind this shooting. Again, there's lots of security cameras in all kinds of homes around that area, lots of security guards in other homes as well and patrols. So they may have information of investigative value as well. But they'll be looking for the motivation. And of course, Marcia, in the backdrop of all of this is this sort of feud that's been going on, as you mentioned, with Lamar, in terms of who's dropping songs and who is disrespecting the other one. And as early as this morning, somebody actually went on Google Maps and re-tagged Drake's residence as Lamar's residence. So it's this feud going on. Now, whether this is all for clicks or for publicity, nobody knows at this point. But
Okay, so they said nobody knows at this point. Now, here's the thing. Drake has a lot of enemies, so we don't know what's really going on. But what I do know is that Kendrick didn't have anything to do with it, okay? I promise you that Kendrick had nothing to do with it because he has an alibi, okay? Kendrick was, in fact, at my house last night watching Netflix. Tia of y'all said, who wants to assassinate Drake? That is what they need to, that is who they need to look for, or what they need to look for. At the end of the day, this is all real crazy, okay? But I really don't think that Kendrick had anything to do with this. But anyway, let's continue, because here's another thing. Now they also reported that someone vandalized Drake's OVO store in London, and they put "They Not Like Us" on it in spray paint. And here it is right here. Now, I'm not trying to be funny. Lord knows I'm not. But does anybody think that maybe Drake had anything to do with this? Because let's not forget that Bussy Rink, you all remember when Bussy Rink bought that Hidden History Museum? And then he said that someone vandalized it and the cameras were supposedly not working, so there was no proof of anything. And the stuff that was supposedly the vandalism, which was a sheet with spray paint on it, was just lying on the ground outside. And I was like, y'all know Bussy Rink did that himself. So people do such things. Now, I'm just wondering, okay? I just find it all interesting. But what I will say is this. Kendrick and Drake and the Weeknd, also known as Abel, have been going back and forth themselves for years. Okay? Because this all started because, remember, Drake discovered the Weeknd. And then the Weeknd ended up not signing with him. And so that caused a bit of friction. And then once the friction got started, then Drake ended up dating the Weeknd's ex. Let me pull the pictures up. There it is right there. Okay? Bella Hadid. Which I thought that was petty and dirty. But yeah, so he started dating her after the Weeknd. So of course that added fuel to the fire. Then they started dissing each other in songs, throwing subliminal jabs and all of that. Drake wrote a song called Finesse in 2018, I think it was, when he basically was throwing shots at the Weeknd. Then the Weeknd came back with a song called Lost in the Fire. And in that song, he said something about he wants to have a child with the right person, but he doesn't want to have to hide it. Okay, because remember Pusha T said that he hid the daughter. And then recently Kendrick said the same thing, that he was hiding that daughter. And I told you all this morning that I think he absolutely was hiding a child, because that little girl would be 11 years old if what Pusha T said back then was true, because she was supposedly 2 at the time. So, and it's supposed to be the child of a Haitian woman. So anyway, honey, this is all getting real crazy is all I'm saying. Now, also, everyone, please like and share. Kajima says Drake as bad as Diddy to his artist. Okay. Roddy says somebody please test Drake for diseases. All right. Sweet D said they love passing around chicks. Yeah, those chicks love being passed around. That's one thing for sure. Because if you dated one person and you know they know the other person, why would you date that person too? I guess they're trying to get their coins, honey. They don't care. All right. No moral fortitude, in my opinion. Okay, so Tia, y'all said, how many beefs had Drake had? I remember at least 4. Yeah, and that's the thing too. When you have multiple enemies and something happens, nobody knows who. But here's the thing. What I found out from Lovely T is that the Weeknd, there was a shooting and his security guard was shot and injured outside of a $12 million mansion in an upscale gated Encino community home, and this was on last Monday. Now, here's the thing, though. What I want to say about Drake is they said in another report that his mansion cost $100 million, if I'm not mistaken. $100 million mansion, and somebody can just ride past and do a drive-by? There's no gates? That's real crazy to me. In fact, that's wild to me. Okay, so let's go to this report where they talk about what happened with the Weeknd. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Investigators, they're still trying to piece together exactly what led up to a shooting outside a music executive's house.
Security guard was rushed to the hospital, and the armed suspects are still on the loose. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes joins us from Encino, where the crime took place. Rob?
Yeah, the hunt is on for those three suspects. They took off after shooting a security guard several times. Now, the mansion where this all went down is right down this long driveway. It is the home of a successful hip-hop music producer.
The Encino home must have seemed like a good target, a 7-bedroom, $12 million mansion. But whoever tried breaking into it may not have expected to find a security guard on the property. And LAPD says the suspects opened fire on that guard, shooting him several times.
And the wait time for any police officer to come is about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, and these people just need 10 to 15 minutes to come in and leave your house.
Neighbors are clearly frustrated, saying break-ins and burglaries here have been taking off. We did a data dive into the latest crime stats and found that burglaries in LAPD's West Valley division are up 30% since 2019.
Yeah, I know in the past year, 3 break-ins have happened. It's a gated community. Our walls are like 15 feet high, so it's kind of scary that they can just figure out ways to jump over these walls and enter your property like that.
In this case, LAPD says it is now searching for 3 men who were behind the shooting. It happened around 2:30 this morning. The security guard, said to be in his 30s, no word on his condition. The mansion in question, owned by this man, Amir Esmailian, a music producer known in the industry as Cash XO, who worked with hip-hop stars like Travis Scott and The Weeknd. One woman who lives in the neighborhood says despite the shooting, she isn't worried about crime here.
It's a very safe neighborhood. I feel very safe running in it. I'm sure it's something related to whoever the owners were.
Now, if you have any information that could help lead investigators to the suspects in this case, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers. The number is on your screen. It's 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477.
Okay, so I want you all to pay attention to how that woman just threw shade. She said it's a nice neighborhood. She feels really safe running there. And she said, I'm sure that whatever happened had something to do with the owners. Yeah. Basically saying, because of the skin tone. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Okay. Crystal said, this sounds like a page out of Busserich's book. Yeah, exactly. That's what it sounds like to me, too. Okay. That's exactly how it sounds to me, too. So let's get a little deeper into it, because goes on to say the guard, whose identity has not been made public, was rushed to the hospital to treat his injuries. Now, they say they reached out for comment but had not heard back at the time. And according to Fox 11, the guard was taken into surgery and is expected to survive. At the time, investigators said at least 4 people were inside the home at the time of the shooting. Now, this is with The Weeknd, not Drake. This is The Weeknd that they're talking about. So a neighbor told the media that violent incidents like this are in the area, saying, I'm sure what happened here was captured on the security camera. Unfortunately, that can bring danger with it too. Esmailian's 7-bedroom home, which is currently on the market, reportedly boasts 9 bathrooms, a state-of-the-art security system, and indoor pool. Now, goes on to say this, a 34,000 square foot mansion, and it includes 2 temperature-controlled wine cellars, a gym, a theater, and a sauna. An insider also told TMZ that the shooting was a result of an attempted home invasion. Police told the outlet that they say that the 3 unknown assailants fled the scene before the cops arrived, and it's unknown whether they were wounded or not. Now, Esmailian, who is the co-founder of XO Records and the co-manager of the label's primary artist and singer, The Weeknd, was reportedly left unharmed. In 2015, Esmailian was named to Billboard's 40 Under 40 Music's Young Power Player list. Okay, so he works with some of the music's biggest industry artists, including Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, and Diddy. I just want y'all to pay attention. This mansion is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to show you all these pictures in a second. Now, both Esmailian and his longtime client, The Weeknd, were recently dissed in rapper Drake's new track, Push Up, which came out earlier this month. Back in 2017, Cash XO opened up about his career and working with The Weeknd, who he explained was truly one of a kind. saying there's nothing like him. This is what he told Complex before detailing how he had not driven by having a fancy. I'm sorry, this is a typo. Detailing how he not. I think it should say detailing how he was not driven by having a fancy title or impressive LinkedIn page. Now, saying there's no job for any XO guys that's too small or too big. If someone spills on the ground, that should probably be spits on the ground. But anyway, if someone spits on the ground, no one's like, I'm not gonna clean that up. That's not my job, because whoever's closest gets it. That's the mentality with us. Okay, I have to show you all these pictures because this house is absolutely lovely, and as it should be for $12 million. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. This is all nefarious. Guyanese Doll said, how do you do a drive-by in a gated community? That's my question, beloved. And I know someone in the chat said that all of them don't have gates. I know that, but my whole point is, if I'm going to spend $100 million on a mansion, yeah, it's going to definitely be in a gated community. I'm not just going to be spending all that money. Well, first of all, let me stop talking crazy because I don't have $100 million. I'm just saying, if hypothetically, I would not be purchasing a home that expensive that did not have a gated community, is all I'm saying. Where somebody can literally ride past and do a drive-by. Like, that's real crazy. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so this is The Weeknd and his manager, Amir Cash XO Ismailian, endured a terrifying ordeal outside his home in the Amestoy Estates area of Encino during the wee hours on Monday. So this is obviously the one who was shot. No. I'm sorry. He wasn't shot. He's the one that was left unharmed. He's the one who was left unharmed. But they said he endured a terrifying ordeal. I can imagine. Okay, now this is the home right here. One of the 40-year-old talent manager security guards is in critical condition after he was shot multiple times following a run-in with three males wearing masks, hoodies, and masks who had made their way onto the $12 billion property. That is a beautiful place. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, I just wanted you all to see that. So, what's really going on here? Okay, and then they're talking about somebody vandalized that store. Roddy said maybe he owes the Russians. Guyanese Doll said Drake has a lot of enemies. He stopped a lot of bags. I don't doubt it, beloved. I absolutely don't doubt it. But here's the thing. This beef of theirs still going on. First of all, I thought it was squashed. Okay, I thought the beef was squashed because at one point it seemed like Drake wanted to make amends with The Weeknd. All right, and then all of a sudden it gets started up again because Drake mentioned him in a song, I believe. All right, so here is a video. Let me make sure I pull up the right one. This is a video of The Weeknd praising Drake. Before this, of course.
There'd be no motherfucking Weeknd. There'd be no XO. So please, make some fucking noise for my mentor, my brother, and my friend, Drizzy motherfucking Drake.
Okay, he said his brother, his mentor, Drizzy Drake. So he was clearly praising him at that point. And then here's Drake, after he did that song called War. I think that was the name of it. Yeah, after he did that song, he did an interview, and this is what he said about The Weeknd.
That we probably wasted 7 years not communicating with each other when we had something beautiful going on. You know, like OVO XO still could have been a thing.
Okay, he said they still could have been a thing. So I don't know. What do you all think? Y'all let me know what you all think about this. Letitia said Drake messed up when he brought K-Dot's family into the mix. Yeah. Roddy said, hey, Queen, what if the enemy of Lucian Grange, what if it's the enemy of Lucian Grange, but they're getting at Drake? I don't know. That's kind of a wild scenario, but, you know, we can never be too sure. Odd Negroes Official said Drake is a Scorpio. He won't let anything go. Crystal says Drake has overstayed his welcome. Pack it up and take it back to the six. Oh, hell no, said this is also emotional. Okay, Tia, y'all said, I think The Weeknd and Drake are fine. You think they're fine, beloved? Okay, they're nice looking. I think The Weeknd looks a whole lot better than Drake, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, what do y'all think? Do you all think that The Weeknd's people had something to do with it? Because Lovely T was saying that maybe they spun the block and came back to get Drake's security, basically, because someone did something to The Weeknd's security. Personally, Bronze Flat Power God said Drake's biggest struggle was finding his school shoes. Kojima said, nah, The Weeknd's still not mad. Still not mad that he wrote most of the good songs for Take Care and Drake used it for himself. Terran said, did he just want to date them? Guyanese doll said, I agree. I like Abel better. Yes. Okay, so I don't know what to think at this point, but I'll tell you what I do have. What I just feel like is that Drake is somewhere behind this. I think Drake is somewhere behind this because here's the thing. You see, y'all know I went to college for criminal justice, and so this is just how my mind works. Okay, here's what makes sense to me. You have to think about motive. You have to think about the motive, right? So we know that Drake and Kendrick were beefing, but Kendrick didn't have any reason to do anything like this. He was clearly winning the battle, and he was beating him with lyrics. So there was no need for Kendrick to resort to violence. I really don't think so. All right? With that all being said, here's what seems plausible to me. Now, you guys let me know in the chat if you agree or not, because this is just speculation. I'm just giving my opinion. Now, what it seems like could have possibly happened is by the fact that someone tried to Weeknd last week, and then his security officer or security guard was injured, then Drake could have said to himself, me and Kendrick got this beef going, and I'm about tired of it because he's kicking my ace. And let's not forget, we already knew that Drake was done with the beef pretty much because he did say in the last song that really sucked, he basically said that he didn't want to keep doing it. And that's because he was losing. So I think out of desperation in an effort to deflect and also in an effort to make sure that the beef stops here. Okay, let's turn this into a Tupac and Biggie thing. Let's make it look like that's where it's going. Okay, so somebody that he knew that he paid, this is speculation. I'm not saying this is what happened, but just imagine if he paid somebody that he knew in London to go over there to that store and spray paint, they not like us on there. First of all, we know Kendrick didn't have anything to do with that because that would just be too obvious for him to put that on there. Second of all, it could have been a fan, perhaps, a devout fan, literally a fanatic. They could have gone and done that. Who knows? But I think Drake knows who did it. And then, with that all being said, the fact that the security guard was standing outside and they got injured, well, that could have just been casual damage. I mean, you know that there's always casualties in war. Odd Negroes Official said no surveillance anywhere. Yeah, there was surveillance at Drake's residence, and they captured the incident. But as of yet, the police are not giving any descriptions. They just simply said that the person or persons fled in a vehicle. That's all they're saying. They didn't say, didn't give any descriptions or anything like that. But I'm sorry. I just feel like Drake knows something about it. It just all seems too convenient for me. Auntie Tina says, Lucian Grange keeping his mouth shut and out of the press. But Diddy, Drake stays loud, which is weak. Why no one is riding Grange behind the press and tabloids? His ace guilty as the rest. Well, I absolutely believe he's guilty, beloved. Now, if you've been paying attention, I don't know if you caught my broadcast on yesterday or even the broadcast I did a month ago. I was one of the first people, I believe I was the first, because nobody was talking about Lucian Grange until I started talking about it. I actually did a story about Lucian Grange over a month ago about how he's like one of the most powerful people in the music industry. And I talked about all the nefarious things that have been, that he's allegedly been involved in. Okay, including some things going on with Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber. And I said that Diddy in my opinion, was a distraction to keep them from focusing on the real problem, Lucian Grange. And then I talked about him again on yesterday as it pertained to him and Drake's relationship. So Leon said there should be cameras everywhere. Yes. If you're paying $100 million for a mansion, there absolutely should be cameras everywhere. In fact, my friend has a mansion, and when you walk up near the property before you even get up close to the house, there's an audio thing that comes on really loud and lets you know that somebody's watching. And it says something like, you're entering the property of da-da-da, this, that, and the third. So I'm just saying, I don't get why these people don't have more security. Our Negroes official said, yes, yes, you did, Queen, before everyone else. Thank you, beloved, okay? And so with that all being said, Queen Shay says, I think this made up 4 views. Sales is what they want, so attention is what they need. I think this made up for views, but sales is what they want, and attention is what they need. Right. Odd Negroes official says, but no surveillance at the OVO store? Yeah, now that's a good question. That's a good question. Now, isn't that strange, don't you think? Most stores, especially owned by someone with that type of money, would have a camera directly right there over the door, at least, or somewhere in the vicinity where it can look right at the building. So they didn't say anything about cameras, beloved. Okay? They didn't say anything about cameras. They just basically said that somebody vandalized it with spray paint. So I don't know. But some of these things are not making sense and just really sound suspicious, in my opinion. Okay? Conspicuous. Okay, you spell that funny. Okay. Conspicuous says he needs to change the PD files narrative and garner sympathy. I think it's a little too late for that. Because another thing that I didn't even bother to mention to you all this morning about that whole thing with the P files is the fact that there was an article that came out and it said 6 times Drake allegedly groomed young girls. 6 times. Now, I didn't tell you all about 6 girls. I told you all about, what's her name? Millie Bobby Brown, right? And the girl that was on the stage, she's on here. I'm trying to make sure. But they also said something about Kylie Jenner's 16th birthday bash in 2013. In 2013, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West arranged for Drake to perform at Kylie Jenner's Sweet 16. Okay, a surprise that she had no idea about. And then it says Drake was 27 years old at the time, but this didn't stop rumors and speculation that the pair were seeing each other behind the scenes. Rumors of which were given slightly more credibility due to the fact that Kanye West recently talked about how Drake slept with Jenner behind his buddy Travis Scott's back. So not only that, but for a long time, Jenner and rapper Tyga started seeing each other before she legally became of age and officially announced their relationship. Now, I remember that. Okay, and I told you all about Bella Harris, the one that was a model who he was supposedly having something going on when she was 18, but he actually met her when she was 16, when he did that Summer 16 tour. Then there was a girl that I didn't know about. Her name is Jorha Smith. Okay, Jorha Smith and the Scorpion track, Jaded 2017. Drake has never been the artist to come out and say exactly who his songs are about. In fact, his breakout song, Best I Ever Had, started with lyrics that reference exactly that and how women will often think his songs are about them. Okay, saying, you know, a lot of girls be thinking my songs are about them, but this is not to get confused. This one's for you. This is what he said during the beginning of the instrumental. So I guess it was supposed to be about that girl, Jorha Smith, and that was in 2017. But they say, however, many people speculate the song Jaded off of the 2018 album Scorpion is about English singer Jorha Smith, who was 10 years younger than him when they were rumored to be dating in 2017. She was 19 and he was 30. Okay, when they were rumored to be dating, which is still legal, okay, but it matches Drake's strange track record of chasing after women who are much younger than he is. People also believe that a line from that last record on the album, March 14th, which is about his son Adonis, is about Smith as well. saying, I got this 11 tatted from somebody. Now it's yours. And then references Smith's birthday, which is June the 11th. They say Drake seems to like referencing people's birthdays, which is something we'll bring back up a little later. So then Billie Eilish, who was 18, and this was in 2019. Okay, and I told you all about that also. Told you all about her already. Now, they go on to say, allegedly some jokers thought it would be hilarious to edit a screenshot of the comment section to include a comment from Drake's Instagram account. Okay, now while everyone says it's not real and the image is doctored, the joke came from an interview that Eilish did earlier that year with Vanity Fair, where she talked about the superstar rapper. Okay, so they were saying there was some picture that people were messing with, trying to make it look like something else. Now, she says Drake is the nicest dude. He's the nicest dude I've ever spoken to. This is what she said when she was speaking about the famous people who follow her on Instagram. I mean, I've only texted him, but he's so nice. Of course, everyone immediately jumped on this interview and called Drake, who was 33 at the time, and they said he was creepy. She says, everybody's so sensitive. A grown man can't be a fan of an artist. And so there are so many people that the internet should be more worried about. Like, you're really going to say that Drake is creepy because he's a fan of mine? Then you're going to go vote for Trump? The skepticism from fans also comes from Drake's behavior with the famous actress Millie Bobby Brown back in 2017, 2018. And I told you all about her as well. So with that all been said, remember, Millie Bobby Brown was 14 years old, okay? And Drake was, 32? Why Drake is telling a 14-year-old girl that he misses her, and he's a 32-year-old man. But it gets a little bit weirder. When asked what advice he was giving her, Brown said about boys. Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him. So the interviewer prodded her, asking Brown what his advice with boys was about, or what did he tell her? And she said, that stays in the text messages. And so they say the interview raised a lot of eyebrows and concerns with people, especially given that his already shaken history. Brown, of course, responded to the allegations in a similar manner to how Eilish would respond a couple of years later. So, like I said, these girls are trying to protect him, in my opinion. So, no. And that's usually what people do when they're groomed. Okay, please pay attention. That's what people usually do when they're groomed. Now, I'm not saying that he actually groomed them, but that's what it seems like. That's all I'm saying. Because why is a grown man, 30-something, calling or texting a 14-year-old? Yeah, I'm sorry. That makes absolutely no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. And let's not forget, when he was on stage with that underage girl, or she was 17 or whatever, when he was on stage with her, he said, I can't go to jail right now. Didn't he say that? And so I'm sorry. Make it all make sense. But also, shaking my head, but they say Kendrick made up the minors stuff. Shaking my head. Well, the people who say that Kendrick made it up, those people are devout Drake fans, and they don't want to believe anything. They have cognitive dissonance. If you even show them the evidence, they're going to still deny it and dispute it. Like right now, they're still trying to say that Drake won the battle. I'm sorry, where and when? Okay, so that's just how that goes. But what I did go and dig up for you guys is a video of that woman who lied and said she was pregnant by Drake, the one that Drake was going to sue. He actually filed to sue her, and then he ended up settling with her. She wanted $350,000, if you all remember. And then she ended up getting a settlement. They reached a settlement agreement. Now, so let me pull that up. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. What is her name again? Leila Lace. That's her.
How sure are you that you're pregnant by Drake and not somebody else?
Let me tell you something. And I'm going to just make this clear because, I have been asked that before. Mm-hmm. I have a child, okay?
Okay.
I'm a mother already, okay? I know who I sleep with unprotected, period. Mm. So it's 100% sure. He knows it. So at the end of the day, I'm going to just leave it as that,
And when you approached him about it, because you told him you were pregnant,
Right.
What was his response to that information?
He pretty much was just like, oh, what's wrong? And then I told him, and then he pretty much was like, I'm going to call you back. And the phone calls just stopped. Everything stopped.
How long did it stop before you...
Okay, so you all heard that. See, here's the thing that we do know. And this goes back to what Roddy said earlier when Roddy was cracking on Drake and said that somebody needs to go and tell Drake to get tested for diseases because he's just sleeping with all these random women that he's not even in serious relationships with. And then because it had to be unprotected for her to be able to sit there and say that she was pregnant in the first place, even though she was literally lying. Okay, so this is all just real crazy. And then he already has a child with a porn star, so we know he didn't use protection there. Okay, why our music promotes so much violence, says Alex. Alex, at the end of the day, she lying. Read her body language, says Twizzle TV. Oh yeah, she was definitely lying. That baby never came to pass. So she clearly made that all up. Okay, she absolutely planned to get pregnant by him. Yeah, she was planning on it. She was hoping. She was looking for a check. Why she tell him on the phone for? Why she didn't tell the man in person? Likely because she was lying, beloved. And if she told him in public, he may have told her, let's go take a pregnancy test right now and see. Okay? Let's go take a test right now and see. Change says the women need to keep tested. Drake gives that gift that keeps on giving. This is all nefarious. Okay, so at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on here. This is all just real crazy to me, but I'm just telling you that I think Drake I think Drake knows exactly what's going on. I think Drake knows exactly what's going on. So once in the chat, mommy said too much sleeping around. Absolutely. Tim, y'all said that you think Drake is an sex addict. He's for the community. Clearly for the streets. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's hanging out with Sexy Red. Okay. He likes some ratchet. Now you can tell that. All right. So Andrea said she was looking for a real bag. Bruthal said Drake is going the Mandingo way and spreading his seed in the community, and he's a smart percentage of it. Could be. Alex says hip hop is the only music that artists get murdered for their music. Miss Cookie said, did she just brag about not using protection? Yeah, sadly so. She did. Sadly she did. So once in the chat, Christina said, love the channel. Keep sharing your knowledge and reporting real news. I'm so happy I finally caught a live. Been supporting for years. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay. And for those of you who missed the lives and you're trying to catch them, I always post the links to the lives on my Twitter and also on my YouTube community page. Okay. A YouTube community tab. So with that all being said, once in the chat, if you all think, as I do, that Drake knows exactly what's going on around here. Once in the chat, if you all think Drake knows what's going on right here, because to be honest with you, I don't think Kendrick or The Weeknd, I don't think either of them did anything to Drake. I don't think either of them did anything. Okay? Somebody said rock stars get unalived. Yeah, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. And here's the thing: if other people were getting, having violence, because they do have violence in other music, rock, heavy metal, grunge, absolutely violence, okay? And they specifically have some type of rock, what do they call it? Because this guy, I'm sorry, here's the thing. This guy murked at least 2 or 3 people. What is the kind of music they were listening to? Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Because I got to tell you all, because there's other genres of music where the problem is you don't hear about them as much because the people that are committing these crimes based off the music they're listening to don't look like us. And we all should know by now that they love to highlight the things that are negatively impacting us. Okay? They can demonize and vilify us for it. That's what they do. But there's absolutely other people, because this guy chopped up people and everything, and all based off the music he was listening to. Hold on. It's some type of horrorcore. That's what it is. Do you all remember that? It's called horrorcore. The guy that killed everybody. Hold on. Horrorcore. That's what they call it. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Psycho Sam. That's the guy's name. Okay, Psycho Sam. They call him the horrorcore killer. So let me just tell you all what he did, because y'all sitting here, y'all not going to act like rap's the only ones that has violence and beef. Okay? On September the 18th of 2009, Longwood University professor Deborah Kelly, age 53, her husband, Presbyterian minister Mark Niederbrock, age 50, their daughter, Emma Niederbrock, age 16, and Emma's friend Melanie Wells, 18 years old, were all found bludgeoned to death in the Niederbrock home in Farmville, Virginia. Now, police charged horrorcore rapper Richard Psycho Sam McCroskey, age 20, who was visiting the girl. She met him online and they were visiting, right? They charged him with the deaths. Now, Emma, who was 16 years old, she met him on MySpace. I think that's what it was. And I'm going to show you all pictures of this guy because Psycho Sam looks like Psycho Sam. That's what he looks like. All right. She met this guy on MySpace and they were going to a horrorcore concert where she lived, in the state that she lived in. And so he went to visit. He flew in or whatever, or caught the bus. I can't remember. But he took all of them out. Okay? Every last one of them. So please pay attention. This just it isn't us, but you didn't hear about this on the news. I guarantee you. Okay, so that's him right there. Psycho Sam. That's the young girl that he was visiting, Emma. This is him with a hideous mask on that he'd wear when he's performing his music. That's him holding up the devil horns. Pay attention. Look at him holding an axe. Like, who thinks that's cute? Who poses with it? And look how he's looking. I'm sorry. He looks like he's crazy. Hence the name Psycho Sam. So yeah, and this isn't the only one. There's plenty of stories like this to go around. At the end of the day, like I said, they just don't have a habit of putting these stories out there. Leon said, sure didn't hear about it. I know you did, okay? Because they didn't. The only reason that I heard about it was because I love true crime and I was watching the ID channel. Okay, I was watching the ID channel. So that's how I found out about it, because I'm like, I never heard this on the news. But yeah, a lot of this stuff goes on. All right. Bronze Flat Power God said, so nefarious. Absolutely. Leon said, no, said, now he looks like a fool. All right, Ruth, I said, first time I heard of this one. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So anyway, so I saw a lot of you put the ones in the chat. So a lot of you obviously think that Drake knows a little something, something. I don't think that the Weeknd had anything done to him. I don't think so. Because think of it like this. Here's the thing. Now, I know these young men are not stupid. First of all, we know it likely wasn't Kendrick. It had nothing to do with it, because you're in a whole rap beef with him and then something like that happens and you're going to be involved. Of course not. Makes no sense. Kendrick has too much to lose. Okay, he has a fiance, he has kids and all of that. Then fast forward, the incident that happened at the Weeknd's house last week, okay, where his security guard was injured. Do you really think that he's going to tell somebody to go and do something to somebody else's security guard? I don't think so. That he's beefing with? I don't think so. These things are just too obvious. Okay, they're just too obvious. Andrea said, I love crime shows also, Queen. All right, exactly. Okay, T of y'all said, I like the ID channel and snaps. Yes, absolutely. Silent Sister says, Kendrick is the culture. Drake is the industry. They really want to kill the culture. Absolutely. Okay, I told you all yesterday that Drake is trying to colonize hip-hop. Please pay attention. Vaughn said, makes no sense whatsoever. Exactly. Okay, Lost the Gas says, way too obvious, especially the timing. Thank you. Exactly. So these people are not going to be out here trying to risk their whole career just to get back at Drake over some BS that they're doing, you know, in music that they're beefing about in a song. No, that's not what happened. I'm going to tell you, like I said, I think Drake has everything to do with this, because here's the thing. Drake already let us know. He already let the cat out the bag. Okay. He already let us know that he was tired of it, that he was done. He was finished. He didn't want to go on any further, that he wanted it to end. But here's the thing. Now, you remember that I also reported to you yesterday, or was it this morning? But I reported to you how Kendrick's friend said that Kendrick is nowhere near done with him. He's got more coming. Okay. And basically calling him Petty Pendergrass. All right. So with that all being said, Drake wanted to make sure that it all dies down, because if people's lives are in danger, who's going to still be doing beefs? All right. This could be another Tupac and Biggie, East Coast, West Coast. I'm just saying that's what Drake's trying to put out there, in my opinion. Okay. Eric said the record label is behind it. I mean, they could be, because we already know how people come up deleted in the record industry. Who knows? But I think it was Drake. I absolutely think it was Drake. I don't think it's that serious for anybody to actually be trying to do physical harm, especially not trying to literally take somebody out. I don't think so. Rutha said he better not do any concerts in LA. I don't think he'll be going there anytime soon. Kojima said exactly, Queen, and Drake trying to make Kendrick look bad if he drops again. Yeah, that's what he is. That's exactly what his point is. I believe it wholeheartedly. I think that he is hoping that this whole thing right here will cause it to just end, because he's done. He's finished. And especially, here's what you got to think about, beloveds. Kendrick has been exposing him, okay, for filth. Not just going in on him with better lyrics and better songs all around, but also exposing him, which led to many people, myself included, going to dig up the old receipts to verify what Kendrick was alluding to. And so I want you to pay attention, because, see, Drake is such an industry plant, in my opinion, that some of the articles that I was reading, they were saying that Kendrick was making unfounded accusations against Drake. I want you all to pay attention, because what they're doing is low-key trying to take Drake's side. That's how that sounds to me, saying that he's making unfounded accusations. First of all, how's it unfounded? Well, we've seen the pictures. When the girls already said that when she was 14, she was texting him and they were having conversations, and they're talking about, I miss you, I love you, and all this and that. I'm sorry, please make it make sense. Then we saw what happened when that girl was on the stage with him. So these are not unfounded allegations as far as I'm concerned. They're absolutely founded. Not to say that he did anything nefarious, but it just makes you cringe, okay? It's all creepy. It's all giving grooming at the end of the day. And some people will absolutely start grooming people when they're too young. And then so when they get right at that age, they can do whatever they want. All right? This is all crazy. Isaac Hayes III is throwing the cape on for Drake as well. Vaughn said the fix is in. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Myth King the Dean said, don't forget about those private prisons. Exactly. I talked about that this morning, beloved, on the earlier live. Or was it yesterday? I can't remember. I do so many lives I can't keep track. But I did talk about that. Now, Bruce, said Drake started cooking the beef first, but now he doesn't want to eat it. Well, see, that's the thing. Some people throw rocks and hide their hands, okay? And some people stir up something, they stir the pot, and then they want to play the victim. Like, Drake needs to sit down somewhere. He needs to sit down somewhere. Capricorn said they're trying to do everything to destroy us. At the end of the day, I tell you what, J. Cole, you see how J. Cole gracefully bowed out? Yeah, I bet he's so glad that he did, especially at this point. Because he was probably like, this is not even worth it. And I don't really want to be mad with Kendrick. Like, who wants to really be beefing if we don't have to? So he just bowed out. Ruth, I said he's realizing who the blackest is now, okay? Absolutely. Nessa G said they called and Kendrick answered. Exactly. Theo said, I'm tired of Kendrick bullying Drake. Kung Fu Kenny has destroyed Drake. Kendrick is really going to take care of Adonis. Kendrick's, if you tired of Kendrick bullying him, Drake brought it all on himself, beloved. Okay? Truth Brown said J. Cole knew what was up. Exactly. Drake gave his phone number to an 11-year-old girl from a Make-A-Wish hospital. What? Tawana, I know you're joking, right? He gave his phone number to an 11-year-old girl from a Make-A-Wish hospital visit? Yeah, that's inappropriate. Even if he wanted to help the little girl out in some way, like donate something for a treatment or whatever, that should have been communicated with the parents, not the 11-year-old. Isn't that weird to you guys? I think it's real crazy. Now, Kajima said Schoolboy Q and let J. Cole know to get out, like they got a lot of love for Cole, not Drake. Natural said very nefarious. I agree. Broad Slap Her guy said, nah, Queen, it's a video showing it. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know anything about that. Thanks for letting me know. Real strange. Eric said Drake is the next R. Kelly. It sounds like it, trust me. It literally sounds like it. Kuzi says Drake's PDF tendencies are all over his song lyrics for a decade. Wow. Drake is looking weird to me now. Y'all making me wonder about him, says T of y'all. Okay, well, anyway, I'll tell you all what. I'll keep you all updated. Any more news comes out, I'll be on it. Because this is all getting real crazy. Queen Tulsa said Metro grooming. Shioko, I don't know how to say your name. Shioko says, OMG, Drake is a creepo. Okay? Y'all remember Drake dating that 16-year-old? Says Truth Brown. Are you talking about the girl, Bella Harris, that was 18 when she was modeling? But yeah, they said he met her when she was 16 on his Summer 16 tour. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday. Drake's a shameless butter boy. Queen Tulsa said, Queen, off topic, how can I find your song you play? You can find my songs on Spotify. You can find them on Amazon Music. You can find them, they're streaming everywhere. You can find them on any streaming service, pretty much, okay? Thank you for asking. Now, with that all being said, East Meets West says, wonder if Drake knew his ghostwriters were setting him up to be the next R. Kelly. Hold on. How are they setting him up? Because all they're doing is writing the songs. At the end of the day, he's the one out here doing all this nefarious stuff. Guy in East Dawg said, I couldn't believe he slept with Wayne's girl. Yeah, I was shocked to hear that too. I didn't know it. And so my moderator told me, Desmond said that it was the woman who played in the Lil Wayne's video, Mr. Officer. I'm like, wow, I didn't know this. Okay, this is all crazy. All right, so Boss said, okay, good to know that your songs are streaming like that. Thank you, beloved. Okay, Cherokee Citadel said, I'm only listening to the old school music. Okay, I know that's right. This y'all young folks got too much going on, all right? Y'all got too much going on. Ruth, I said, wow, that's grimy. Yeah, Drake's grimy. I can assure you of that. I heard that too. Come on, bro. That's super sneakish. Okay, so anyway, love you all to life. I'm out of here, okay? I got some other stuff to do. I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. And I'll see you all in the morning for your morning wake-up call. In the meantime, in between time, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got